Talk to Energy Regulatory Commission Chair Agnes Devanadera. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for taking our call.
Good morning, Ria.
Ma'am, could you talk to us about the power supply outlook in the second quarter of the year, especially in the few weeks leading up to the elections?
Well, the supply is not, the supply is just right. So that we cannot afford outages. That's the culprit. If there are power plants that will go on outage, then we will have very short supply. But right now, the Energy Regulatory Commission is also focusing and making sure that the plants do not go on outage during the summer season. In fact, if they go on outage, just like the previous years, we have penalized these plants which go on outage on unscheduled. You see, Ria, the outages, which are maintenance actually, the power plants close down for them to undertake maintenance of their plants, just like cars, just like vehicles. We bring them for maintenance, for change oil. So what is being done by the DOE is that they also make sure that there are no planned outages.
All right. So, ma'am, you said that the energy that we have, the supply that we have is just right for now.
Yes.
Looking forward, I mean, are frequent blackouts and brownouts a sure thing in the next few weeks?
Well, that's the thing that we are working on. In fact, the GM power plant has been mentioned in your clips, and we have issued actually the go signal for it to operate. So
All right.
that yes.
What about the prices, ma'am? This, of course, is a big concern, given the price of fuel these days, and they say electricity will follow soon. Will the cost of electricity, in fact, increase, especially because the demand will increase because of the summer heat and the campaign season?
Okay, that's a very good question because the electricity or power sector is affected by the increase in fuel prices. And as we know, it's a worldwide event. It's a worldwide thing that we have the increase in the fuel prices born as a result of and affected by the war at Ukraine. So how will it affect the prices of electricity insofar as the consumers are concerned? Fuel is something that is passed on. It is passed on at the current rate. So if fuel is lower, if the cost of the price of fuel is lower, if it goes down, then the bill to the consumers is also lower. But now it has increased, and therefore there's an increase in the bill to the consumers. So what has the distribution utilities like Meralco and what else? ERC. So we have the generation companies or the power plants actually have deferred some of their costs. Of the distribution utilities negotiated with their suppliers to defer the high cost.
All right. So it could be. I mean, are we looking at a couple of weeks or a couple of months before we see an increase in prices for power?
There will be an increase. In fact, there's already an increase in the bill, but it's not as much as the increase if everything has been charged to consumers at this time. This is the dynamics. So for summer, our consumption is high, and therefore, naturally, our power bill, our electricity bill is also high. Now, we have the deferment of some of these charges to the time that consumption is lower, which is during the rainy season.
All right. Thank you for explaining that to us, ma'am.
Yes, it will not be that much.
All right. Thank you. That was ERC Chair Agnes Devanadera.